My name is Jesse with CaseMaster. Today we'll be going over the balance calculation in CaseMaster Pro Online. This will include configuring interest methods, interest buckets, and a payment hierarchy. Before proceeding in this video, we recommend watching our Case File Basics video, as that goes over a few key screens that we'll be assuming you've seen before. Okay, let's get started. I'm logged into a demo database in version 4.5 of the application, so it probably looks a little different from yours, but the same features should apply. The balance area in CaseMaster Pro Online is highly configurable and is customized from various lookups that can be set at the company level, the client level, or the case file level. We can view a balance overview, summary, or see how individual transactions were applied to each bucket in the balance in detail. CaseMaster Pro Online's balances are also calculated on the fly, meaning that if you have to change how the balance is calculated, everything recalculates immediately. I'll now move to a new file to see how the account principal, judgment principal, and stipulation affect the starting balance. On the account screen, we can first see the principal amount here of $10,000. This will be our principal amount unless we add a judgment, here on the litigation screen. If we were to add a judgment, the account's principal would be overridden and a new amount would be applied. This also applies to the judgment if a stipulation is entered. We'll now look back at the balance screen. As we look back at the balance, I'll point out a few key features to help utilize this screen to the fullest. First, we can see the debtor's current balance in two places, at the bottom of the grid here and at the top here. If you notice though, the top balance specifies that this is as of today's date. We can change this date here to forecast the balance as of a future date. For example, I'll click on the date here and change the date to 1 year from now. We can see the balance update, increasing with the interest accrued by almost $500. Another way we can view more information is in the top right corner when looking at the client funds balance, or what is available in the trust account to spend on cost. Initially, we can see the current client funds balance, but by clicking the label, we see a new pop-up here, breaking down all the client funds received and costs spent, including the dates, references, and memos. The last area I'll show before continuing is our reports dropdown at the bottom. Currently, you have 3 reports to choose from: a payoff report with transaction detail, and a transaction breakdown. We'll choose one and then click Print to the right of this. Each report displays a different view of the balance screen information that can be provided to a client or debtor. We can now see this report generate in a new page. If this report does not generate, please ensure your pop-ups are enabled for CMPOnline. This can be done on the User Preferences screen, and you can view our Enabling Pop-ups YouTube video for information about how to complete this. When calculating the balance, the system takes into account 3 key elements in the system: the interest method, to determine the interest rate at any point in time; the interest buckets, to determine which buckets interest is applied towards; and the payment hierarchy, so that the system knows how to apply payments. From the menu navigation, we'll go to Administration, Lookups, Financial, Interest Methods. The interest method can either be a fixed rate, meaning it doesn't change over time, or a variable rate, which changes over a time span. Here we can see a fixed interest rate set at 7%, and here we can see a variable interest rate, with the rate changing over time. We'll be using the Florida variable rate, which has a year-to-year changes. From the menu navigation, we'll go to Administration, Lookups, Financial, Interest Buckets. The interest bucket is used to specify which part of the balance that daily interest can calculate on. As we can see here, we can apply daily interest to the outstanding principal, which includes the judgment principal, judgment interest, judgment fees, and judgment cost. In this example, amounts in the other buckets will not have daily interest calculated on their outstanding amounts. To include these other amounts, simply select them by using the checkboxes like so. From the menu navigation, we'll now go to Administration, Lookups, Financial, Payment Hierarchies. The payment hierarchies are used to specify how a payment is distributed among the different buckets if they have an outstanding balance. For example, if the client or contract specifies that payments must pay principal first, then interest, we can specify that here. We'll be using a fairly common payment hierarchy shown here. If you wish to edit the arrangement of any payment hierarchy, we can simply select the bucket we wish to move, and then use the up or down arrows to raise or lower the bucket within the hierarchy. These three key elements are set up at the company level under Administration, Setup, Company, Accounting. They can also be overridden at the client level under Contacts, Clients, Edit a Client, click the Settings button, and then move to Accounting. And finally, they can be overridden at the case file level under the Settings tab on the main screen. For a more in-depth explanation of how settings are configured at different levels within CaseMaster Pro Online, please watch our Settings Hierarchy video on YouTube. And that wraps up this video. As always, if you have any additional questions, feel free to contact us through the contact support icon in the application or through our website. Thank you and have a great day.